Mayang buntag, and welcome to another episode of my Filipino adventure. And this has nothing to do with the Philippines. This is a little glimpse into my past obsession with collecting. I had some comments saying that they'd like to see around my area, my place, now that we've looked around Yna's area. And I was going to film the house, but it's kind of messy. So I got to clean it up before I do that. But I did start filming some of my Star Wars collection. So if you want to know everything about my life and Yna's life, this is part of it. So I don't expect this to get a lot of views and likes because it's really not Philippine related. But go ahead and take a tour of my Star Wars obsession, and hope you enjoy it. Hello and welcome to another episode of my Filipino adventure. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to show you a little bit about my obsession, my collection of Star Wars. A little obsessed with it. I was 12 years old when Star Wars came out in 1977, and it just blew my mind. I never knew something like that was possible. Like you could make a film like that. And it kind of changed my life. It brought me into being a filmmaker, which I kind of am to this day. You can't tell by watching my videos, but I write and direct short films, and maybe I'll put a link to some of those. And I've won quite a few awards. I'm never going to be famous or rich, but it did kind of change my life, this movie. And I know it's kind of a geeky thing to say, but hey, you know, people are sports geeks, some, you know, political geeks. I just happen to be a movie geek. Not just Star Wars, but Star Wars is the mainstay. Now these right here are the original Burger King posters. I have them framed. Back in 77, 78, you go into Burger King or Burger Chef and you get yourself a meal, or I think it was just buy a pop. And for like 39 cents, you could get one of these posters. I just thought the artwork was really, really good. Really like the artwork on these. So as a kid, I had all these posters hanging on my wall. Of course, these ones right here I bought. They are originals, but mine didn't make it. These were still in their original plastic wrappers. It was a real good find. These right here I had since I was a kid. So now in 77, they didn't know Star Wars was going to be such a huge hit. So they only had a few things. Like these Burger King posters. And then they did plan to have the Star Wars comic book. So I bought these as a kid. These are the very first 6 from 1977. And they broke the movie up into 6 comic books. And I bought these as a kid, and that's them. I have them framed and matted. But those are the original 6 since I was a kid. And here's just some other collectibles I have. That's actually a Bluetooth speaker. These cups here were also from one of the fast food places. Same thing, they just went from glass to plastic because they got cheap. I'll show you the glass ones I have. Some more, this right here actually, I also make props on the side. I like to sculpt and make things. This is a thermal detonator that I made off my 3D printer. This is my original, let's try to get the reflections out of there. My original 3PO and R2-D2 toys when I was a kid. And this one, and where's the Darth Vader one? I found on the side of the road, somebody's throwing them out. Oh, there's the Darth Vader one, they light up. This right here I sculpted. This is a jewelry box. And if you look, it's a bunch of stormtroopers with Darth Vader in the center. And the ends are the Imperial cogs. I sculpted these, then made casts of them in silicone, and then this is actually resin, a 2-part resin, it's like a plastic. And then I painted them, and then I made the inside, I put some felt and lined them all. So they're like jewelry boxes. I made those to sell. I didn't sell too many of them because they're so expensive. They're a lot of work. These are my original lunch boxes from when I was a kid. This right here is the original Darth Vader mask from 1978, still in the box, that you could buy out the back of a magazine. This right here is really interesting. These are all of the Topps trading cards. The first 4, or 5, I'm sorry, were from 1977, 1978 from Star Wars. These ones still have the cards in the gum. These are unopened packs. Okay, and then they came out in 5 different series. And then after Empire Strikes Back came out, they made 3 different series. Those are all unopened packs. And then with Return of the Jedi, they made 4, but they made them in different colors, either red or blue. So this is basically all of the original Star Wars trading cards. So, and they're all framed. This is a reproduction of an order form. Like, so if you had a little convenience store, you could order cases of these. This is a... Yeah, I'm a nerd. That's right. Lightsaber. This is the original Glycicell from the animation of droids that they had a cartoon for a little bit. This is the original piece of artwork from a friend of mine, Tom Hodges, who is a Lucasfilm artist. I'm sure you guys don't really care much about this, but if you're into Star Wars at all, these are originally signed by Ralph McQuarrie, and they come with a 35mm print from the movie. There's a light in there. I'm sure the batteries aren't working though. He was the production designer, or the concept illustrator for Lucasfilm. He did all the original drawings. Another drawing by my friend Tom Hodges. These right here, like I said, that they didn't have really many toys or products back in 77, 78, but they did make these little necklaces. And I had, which ones did I have? I had the C-3PO as a kid, and the R2-D2, but the other ones I picked up later, and they're a nice little shadow box. And there's an original page of a newspaper comic. And this is my 3D printer, where I print and make some props and different projects I have. But that's, you know, that's just a little bit of my collection. You know what? Hold on. Let's go downstairs. I've seen these in some of my other videos behind me. These are the original glasses from, they look like the posters that I have hung up. So these, I think were 99 cents if you bought a meal at Burger King. And there's Empire, that's the very first Star Wars, Empire, and Return of the Jedi. And I got these in the original boxes they came in too. So I had planned to put these in a nice shadow box. Before we go downstairs, this, the reason I have this framed, because that's my last name, Clark, is a plastic bag that from Clark's shoes. When in 77, 78, Clark's was the only licensed shoe company, and they'd sell Star Wars toys for shoes for kids, and this is the plastic bag that they would go in when you bought them. So, you know, is it a collectible? I don't know. It's a plastic bag from 40 years ago. But it means it's a lot to me because it's got my name on it. Thanks. I just run out of room and time to put everything away. But this is pretty much all more Star Wars stuff. These boxes are completely filled, top to bottom, with Star Wars. This, right behind it, there's even more. It's all Star Wars toys, Star Wars collectibles. Those are the boxes that the glasses came in, the Burger King glasses. So to say I had a problem collecting was an understatement. But I'm trying to be good. I'm trying not to buy any more stuff, and I haven't bought any more stuff in quite a long time. So there you have it, a glimpse into the warped mind of me. I will be back today. I'm going for a stress test. Where you strap on the electrodes and make me run around, check my L ticker, and then later this week I'm supposed to go in for my hernia. So hopefully I'll try to squeeze in a video or two before then, and then after my hernia I'm sure there'll probably be a little downtime, at least 2 or 3 days. I've had a hernia surgery before and it hurts, so I'm sure I'm not going to be up for that. So I'm hoping that Yna is going to come through and make some videos for us. But we're not going anywhere. Just might be taking a little bit of break for 3 or 4 days. So until then, like, subscribe, comment, and stay classy.